Dr. Gold in the lab, Twitch stream glowing, formulas flashing, minds wide, knowledge flowing, equations on the board, numbers never sleep, teaching math and physics while them haters count sheep. Actual education, tune in and get schooled, flipping textbooks, breaking all the rules, from Newton to Einstein, concepts elevate. Keep the stream, it's the key to our fate. Dr. Gold dropping gems, knowledge raining down, actual education making scholars all around. Perpendicular minds, angles sharp as ice, maths and physics, yeah, the future's real nice. Got the Pythagorean triangles about to flex, quantum theories on deck, breaking all the specs, relativity theories, worlds getting small, grasp the universal laws, standing tall. From the atom to the cosmos, we rolling deep, grazing up the stars, no time to sleep. Black holes and supernovas, concepts we unfold, brain power heavy, yeah, that's Dr. Gold. Dr. Gold dropping gems, knowledge raining down, actual education making scholars all around. Perpendicular minds, angles sharp as ice, maths and physics, yeah, the future's real nice.
Alright, what's up, everybody? There we go. Thuma, because I am smart. You are smart, Thuma. What's up, dude? What's up, AFG? Thuma's a smart man. Stream is all black. Really? Weird. Let's go figure out why that is. Oh, it's good now? Oh, okay, cool. Alright. Yeah, well, it's our podcast. There we go. I have to get the right buttons. Nice. Yes, today's Monday. It was, this is the, I gave my final exam today for, my class at UCLA. That's why I delayed an hour. The final exam was from like 11:30 to 2:30. And then I had to check people's IDs turning in exams, and then I had to get all the exams and take them to my TA, and I didn't get off campus till like 3, and I was like, oh, well, I usually stream at 3, so like, let's push back an hour. And then I needed to eat something. I was like dying because I just ate breakfast, and then I will say, even though like I didn't take the exam, it's exhausting just sitting in a room for 3 hours, and also I'm like running up and down the stairs a couple times. For people asking questions. Thankfully, like, my TA is awesome, and like, she runs up more stairs than I do. But yeah, was interesting. I saw some, LA's like a shit show right now, but this was me on the way to school this morning. We had the good old National Guard, or maybe these are the Marines. I don't know who these are. Like, can we identify these people? These people Marines or National Guard? Hey, looking at me though, dude. Looking at me real funny. Anyways, yeah, that's at one of the buildings next to UCLA. There's some protests. I think it chilled out today. I don't think people are going as crazy. So, how did they do? So from what I saw, I think they generally did okay, but they're of course freaking out on Campus Wire. Campus Wire is like our online forum that I use for them to talk. And then this was they were saying stuff like this. They're just like, was that final like extremely difficult? Hoping someone else felt the same. All right, well, Anthony, bless you. He said, honestly, I recognized everything, but some of the variables are switched, and I definitely blanked out on things I just gone over. I mean, that's okay. That's gonna happen. It's a long exam, 3 hours. It's covering everything we've done in the quarter. I mean, physics is all cumulative anyways. It's not like I'm asking them to remember random facts about like George Washington's teeth.
You done messed up, AA Ron!
Notice how all the Palestine protests are peaceful. Yeah, well, I have my theories about the protests and why they're getting violent, but anyways, but yeah, so my final, some questions I literally took verbatim from the practice final. Some of them a lot of them I took, but then like I switched like a number, or instead of asking for time, I asked them to solve for distance, or I don't know, like, you know, I switched up like which force I wanted them to find or something. So, we'll see. I still got a couple students that need to take it tomorrow at like some special testing center. So once I get all those, then I'll release the solutions, and then I got to spend like all week probably grading them. Because, I don't know, it's going to be a lot of stuff. We'll see. I think they generally did pretty well. But they see, as always, they're always going to be worried once they take the exam. Be like, oh my god, I must have done terrible. Like, I must have failed. You are poopy? What does that mean, Mont? Calling me poopy, dog? Are you like fucking 4th grade? How many papers? 182, I think. Yeah, I think 182 exams. And then there's, so all the multiple choice, there's 20 multiple choice questions, which you saw, Fembox, that can be auto-graded pretty easily. But then the 4 free response questions, and each free response question has 3 parts to it that I have to do by hand. Which, they make it pretty cool. Like, there's like a interface where you just like assign point values to a rubric, and you just basically click like 1, 2, 3, 4 or something. And that's why I literally bought a number pad just for that. Just so that I can just like click like 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Like, that's their shortcut for grading. To try and make it go faster. Anyways. This message also makes it look like you're the one doing the exam. I'm giving the final exam. I'm not taking the final exam. Anyways, so yeah, that'll be my time for the rest of the week. I got a lot of nice compliments and comments at the end. Some people wanted a picture with me. That was cute. You know, some said, "Oh, this was the most memorable physics class I've ever taken." I was like, "Oh." It'll be interesting to see when I get the reviews back. I want to see what the reviews are. 900 years old poopy face. Okay, Mom. All right. Anyways, so yeah, that's where we're at today. I think I might take. I will stream this week. I think the next week and the week after, I might take a break from streaming, just because it's the summer. No one really needs help, and I need time to finish out grading my quarter. Also preparing for what we're gonna do over the summer with the stream, and then just to give everyone like kind of a break. You know, it's a little bit of a summer vacay. You know, so we will stream this week, but I'll make a decision. I will probably not stream the next week or the week after that. But then we'll start things in the summer. I always like doing things over the summer because we want to mitigate learning loss, which is a real thing. It's been scientifically proven that over the summer, kids lose, I want to say like 20% of what they learned. Let me see. Learning loss number. There's a number for it. There really is. Yep. There we go. Harvard. While they still have funding. Where's like learning loss? I want like summer learning loss. Where was it? Here we go. Well, no, that's COVID. Maybe we've already checked these out at some point. Yeah, I think I've talked about this before. Summer learning loss is really what I'm concerned about. Here we go. Between 70 and 80% of students experience a decline, but like how much is the decline? This is it. Okay, where does it say? Yeah, here we go. Well, this is students in grades 3 through 5, which I hope you're not on my stream if you're between grades 3rd grade and 5th grade. But they say they lose about 20% of their reading skills over the summer. And what was it for like math? 27% of their gains in math. And these are young kids, by the way. So, you know, maybe it's different for older people, you know, older adolescents. But it's still it's a decent percentage. So when people are like, oh man, I unlearned things over the summer, like, don't worry, it's real. What's up, Jeezy? Okay. That being said, I lose brain cells over the summer. Yeah, it's okay. So one way to mitigate that, right, is to, just keep using your brain doing things. And that's what we're going to do over the summer. We always do like fun little math challenges. We run like kind of like a summer camp. But I need some time to plan that, so that's probably why I'll take the next 2 weeks off. Also, Nick got back to me from the geometry challenge. It was really cool. I think like 13 of you guys did the challenge. And so we're going to do the prizes for that soon. I got to meet with him this week, but don't worry. I appreciate you guys that did that. Pranav, bro, you solve everything? Like I saw you yesterday solving rotational motion. Yeah, that was physics. But I try to do a lot of things. Chemistry, statistics, all sorts of math. Chandrick says, it's kind of a parent's fault for encouraging their kids at a young age to learn. Oh, not encouraging them to learn. Yeah. I agree. Thuma, you're not real. Okay, let me see. We got anything else? Okay, cool. I think we got some questions on deck, so we'll go through these on the stream and help you guys out. All right, here we go. Welcome everyone to Office Hours. My name is Dr. Cole. This is Actual Education, stream to help you with math, homework, science homework.
Nice.
Perfect.
All sorts of fun stuff. Thanks, Paul, for that. All right, let's see. What do we got? What do we got in the deck? What do we got on deck? Some good questions. Ooh, AFG's got some good ones. Nice. And then 1K has a good question. Cool. Equity if he still wants help. Okay, and then Chantrix has some fun ones as well. All right, let's see. 1K, are you here, 1K? If 1K's here, I'll do 1K's question. Otherwise, let's see what Chantrix's is. Chantrix probably got a cool one. What type of question is this, dude? What? Good boy to thanks. What is AFG and Thuma doing in my chat? Okay. All right, let's see. A does not equal B. I guess that's what it means, right? A and B may or may not be consecutive in an arithmetic sequence. Term A. Wait, what is this? Can you solve poverty, Mr. Gold? What? First of all, it's Dr. Gold, Thuma. I didn't go to grad school for 9 years to get called Mr. Dr. Goldboy. There you go. Good job, AFG. The constant difference D, the term A plus B. I'm guessing D is equal to -1. What? Sorry, what does this mean here, Chantrix? Does this mean A does not equal B? Is this what we're trying to write this? In coding language, we would say like this, right? Isn't equal to B. Okay, cool. And they may or may not be consecutive. But we say that egg sub A, term A is equal to B, or term A is equal to term B? No, I think we're saying term A equals B, and then x sub B is equal to A. Is that what we're saying? Find the constant difference D. Okay. Is that what term number A equals B and term number B equals A? I assume this is like the x sub nth term, right? So this is going to be okay, cool. So x sub n is equal to some x0 plus a constant difference, right? And then this is n minus 1 times D. Is that how that works? I forget. Well, I think it's just n times D. Okay. Oh, I had the wrong thing. My bad. There we go. Sorry. My foot pads. Ugh. You think you got it, Thuma? Why is Sensation out here? I don't know where Sensation is. It's okay. He comes by sometimes. I mean, he's usually here all the time, but okay, he might be busy. Interesting. Okay. So for common difference, okay. I think it's like x sub b minus x sub a over b minus a. I believe that's equal to d, right? That's how we get common difference, right? Okay. And I know x sub a is equal to b, and x sub b is equal to a. So isn't that just b minus a over b minus a? So difference is equal to 1? If a is less than b. And it would be plus 1 if a is greater than b. Okay. Oh, I see, because... Wait. Yeah, okay, yeah, I see. Because then it's a minus b over b minus a. Right, this would equal to negative 1. I agree. I forgot to add that. Oh, okay. Alright, fine. Femfox says it's negative 1 either way. I'm tempted to believe this too, actually. But you're saying if term 2 is 1 and term 1 is 2, then the difference would be positive 1. Do you see that, Femvox? I don't think it's always negative 1. I think this is saying what is x of a plus b. Oh, you're agreeing with him. Okay, it's always negative 1. Okay. I mean, let's try to test this, right? Yeah, it would always be negative 1. Because this will always be the flip of this, right? And this would always be a minus b over b minus a, which is the same thing as negative b minus a over b minus a, which is equal to negative 1. Because you just reverse the term number, exactly. Okay, cool. So we found the constant difference. That's cool. So difference is equal to negative 1. That's cool. Now it says determine the term x of a plus b. Interesting. Are we allowed to start indexing at 0? Is that cool? Am I allowed to do that? Because here, I would say that x of a plus b is equal to x0 plus the difference is negative 1. And then n here is a plus b, right? So xa plus b is equal to x0 minus a minus b. But these are just like challenge questions, AFG. This is so confusion. Well, I wonder if I'm supposed to take these and then substitute back in this. Does that make sense? Like in that case, I would say that xa plus b is equal to x0, and then I would say minus xb minus xa. It's arithmetic sequences, which is part of algebra, yeah. No, I don't think it's probably not part of a class. I think it's just for funsies. Okay, so the difference is always -1. So, well, it depends what it starts at, right? Do we know what it starts at? Or it doesn't matter what it starts at, right? So whatever, let's say like x sub 0 is equal to you have a substitute teacher that used to teach at private schools. Oh, that's cool. Okay. Let's say x0 is equal to 10 or something, right? So then like x1 would be equal to 9, x2 would be equal to 8, x3 would be equal to 7. Good. And x5 would be equal to 5. Yeah, you keep going, right? And then all the way down to, I don't know, x sub 10 is equal to 0. But that doesn't work, he says. Because x of 2 doesn't equal x of 8. Interesting. You think we have to start with an odd number? Okay. Let's start with 9 then. So then x1 is equal to 8, x2 is equal to 7, x3 is equal to 6, x4 is equal to 5, x3 is equal to 4. And we said that, for instance, like x of 3 is equal to 6, then x of 6 should be equal to 3. Which that does happen, sorry. Sorry, this is not x of 3, it's x of 5. Cool. Yeah, x of 6 would equal to 3. Wow, that's cool. That does work. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, cool. All right, that works. And then the question is, what is x of a plus b? So x of 3 plus 6 will be the same thing as x of 9, which x of 9... Oh, this is so cool. X of 9 has to be the same thing as... x of 9 equals 0. So x of 0 must equal to 9, which it does. Wow. That's super cool. Can you prove that arcsine of tanh equals arctangent of sinh? Hyperbolic trig? Maybe. I don't think I've really done much hyperbolic trig. I could try later, though. Okay, this is cool how this works. Yeah, I think... Well, okay, this is also the case here. Remember that A cannot equal B. So that means x of A cannot... Like, x of A cannot equal A, I guess, right? You're not allowed... Yeah, you're not allowed to have, like, an odd term. You're not allowed to have, an even term. I got Zeradoc goal. This is what I did. Let's find. Let's see what he did. I'm curious what you did, AFG. AFG, you typed this up, like, really quick, though. Unless you did this with ChatGPT. Let's see. Okay. X of n is equal to... Okay, cool. Find the generic formula. So x of a... No, ChatGPT can't do this? I mean, yeah, it probably can. Okay. X of a equals b. X of b equals a. You subtract the two from each other. Cool. So, okay, this equals b minus a. This equals a minus b over d. Okay, so then you get -1. Okay, cool. All right, to find x of a plus b, he does x1 plus a plus b minus 1d. Oh, okay. Which is then... But, oh, and x sub 1... Wait. This last part here. I'm just trying to make sense of this part right here. Right, so I agree from this. So we say like x sub n is equal to x1 plus n minus 1 times d. So a plus b will be x1, and then that'll be a plus b minus 1d. Okay, d is equal to minus 1. I'm cool with that. And then he says this for x sub 1. Oh, very cool. Then from this, right, okay. X sub a is equal to x1 plus, and then that's going to be 1 minus a. 1 minus a, right? So then x sub 1 is equal to a minus x sub a minus 1, but x sub a is equal to b. So you get x sub 1 is equal to a minus b minus 1. No, a plus b minus 1. Sorry, this comes over as a plus. Yeah, very cool. Wait, no, I did that already, sorry. Yeah, this is plus, sorry. Okay, and then this is, so this turns into a plus b minus 1. Then you have a plus b minus 1. These are the same thing. They subtract, you get 0. Wow, very cool. I like that AFG. That's a really cool solution, actually. I have experience in typing LaTeX from USAMTS. Very cool. This is a cool way to do it. We were kind of on the right track when we wrote out this, at least. Interesting that they start their indices at 1, though. I'm a computer guy, like computer science. I start everything at 0. That's very cool. Cool question. Nice. Love it, Shantrix. Love the explanation, AFG. That was great.
Well done.
46. Jaden, you have a question? Did you submit a screenshot for us? Okay. You want to submit one? Might help. I know Jaden's on Malaysia time. It's very late for him. What time is it in Malaysia right now? It is 7:34 in the morning. Yo, what's up, Obi, with the raid? What's up, Obi? Ooh, I like this. Jaden is asking, why is x to the 0 equal to 1? It's actually a really cool explanation for this. What's up, Obi? What subject of math? This was technically, I think, algebra, because it was algebraic sequences. Okay, why is x to the 0 equal to 1? I remember something like x to the a over x to the b, right? Is that what it is? Yeah, okay. So, let's say, for instance, we have, like, x to the 4, right? Do you see how that would be x times x times x times x? And now, let's say I had, for instance, like, x to the 4 as well, which is equal to x times x times x times x. Now do this. X to the 4 over x to the 4. You want to talk? You can come talk, man. Here, I'll invite you to speak. There you go. This would be the same thing as x to the 4 minus 4, right? Which is the same thing as x times x times x times x over x times x times x times x. Look at these, they all cancel. Cancel, 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 cancel. And you get 1 over 1, which just equals 1. Working on some GRE conic sections. That's cool, man. Let me give Obi a shout out. Obi's a good friend of ours. X over X. Yeah. I can't hear you, Jaden. Maybe mess with your mic or something. Every time an exponent decreases by 1, it divides by x instead of multiplying by x. Yeah. I can definitely help you with an integration problem, Kreenig. So if you want to submit a question, there's a website. One sec, I'll pull it up. Here, actualdiscord.com/submit. It's the one that you'll see linked right there. Do you see at the bottom there? And if you submit a screenshot there, we can help you out. Oh wait, I figured out my green screen is showing. There we go. Now the green screen is fine. What if you have 4 to the x? Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Well, like 4 to the x is just 4 times itself, like x number of times. But yeah, does that help you out, Jaden? Do you understand there? Why? Yeah, here we go. This is. What if x isn't an integer? Oh. 4 to the x over 4 to the x is 4 to the x minus x, which is 4 to the 0, which is equal to 1. Yeah. But I mean, I don't know. I feel like this makes sense, right? You know, if you have like a over a, this is always equal to 1. As long as like a doesn't equal 0. Because 0 over 0 is undefined. Can't do that. Can't do 0 divided by 0. Don't do it. Just don't do it. Or I think it's indeterminate. There's always like some math special words for these things. That's when we do L'Hopital. Correct. Yes. That is when we do L'Hopital's rule. It's worse than undefined. It's indeterminate. That's funny. Four x minus 2 simplified is 4x minus 8. That's true, Bob. True words. That's some true words there. Same integer divided by the same integer is always 1 except for 0. You have a summer camp? What is that? Ooh, looks like we got a web. Dude, stop, bro. Dude, do people actually ask these questions, man? Dude, no. Fucking. Double tap to solve this emoji math puzzle. What do you do when you have x over x squared? That's equal to 1 over x, as long as x isn't 0. Right? 1 over x. There we go. Here's an integration. Thank you, Krennig. Here, we'll do this, and then AFG, I'll do your question next. We'll save the soccer mom questions for a little bit. Okay. Evaluate. This is cool. I like this one. Krennig, do you want to know why this is a cool question? I want to ask Krennig, do you have an idea of how to solve this? Like what strategy do you think we're going to use to solve this? Partial fractions? Not necessarily. It's a little overkill. Also, I don't know how to do partial fractions with this. I like the DU stuff coming up. Yeah, I like some DUs in the chat. I like that. You think it's arcsine? Okay. It may be. I think the easiest way to do this, Krennig, is to do U sub. Yes. Yeah, I would do U sub. The reason why is anytime I see something in my integrand, but I also see the derivative of it somewhere else. So, for instance, if I see, like, y squared, I know the derivative of that is going to be, like, something times y to the first. And that already shows up here. Obi-Wan is correct. Yeah, partial fractions, you do that when you have, like, this stuff going on. When you got a bunch of factors in the bottom or something that you could factor, that's when you should do partial fractions. So, I think we're going to use U sub for this one. And all you want to do is you want to take whatever your complicated ass thing is and just set that all equal to U. I think Green Pickle just did it for you, Ryan. Okay, so let's say U. Seth will get mad at me if I don't say let. Okay, let's do that. Let U equal to 2y squared plus 1. Then du is equal to 4y dy. Derivative of 1 is just 0. Okay, cool. So, now I take this, and I just substitute shit back in. So here's the cool thing. Usually you'll have to rewrite this as like dy is equal to du over 4y. Like usually you have to rearrange for this. The nice thing is that this already shows up. 4y dy is literally right here. It's usually not that nice, but it's nice in this case. So this whole thing right here, right, Krennic, this is just du. And then this right here, right, that's just the square root of u. Yeah. What about using u squared sub? What is u squared sub? Excuse me? The fuck? Yeah, okay, good. All right, so then this is du over the square root of u. And we can rewrite this as u to the negative 1/2 du. And now this is a simple power rule, right? I just raise the power, divide by the new power. So raise by 1, so negative 1/2 plus 1 gets me positive 1/2. And then I divide by 1/2, so that's multiplying by 2. So this now gets you u to the positive 1/2 times 2 over 1. So then this just becomes 2 square root of u. Don't forget the plus c. And then u, now you just re-plug in back in what u was. So now this is 2 square root of 2y squared plus 1. Right? I guess all it is. Plus c. I think that's it. Could always check on Daddy ChatGPT. It'll probably do it pretty easily here. Use u substitution. And yes, you get 2 square root of 2y squared plus 1. I think that's what we said. Yeah, cool. Nice. Good question.
Well done!
Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah, so Chaotic says, my professor showed me a while ago. It's the same as u sub, except you use it for when you have a square root. Therefore, you do u squared equals 2y squared plus 1. And then, yeah, taking the derivative, 2u du is equal to 4y dy. Let's see. If we did that, I think that would make things like kind of complicated. For this one, at least, right? So you're saying, let's say, let u squared equal to y squared plus 1. And then I agree, if you take the derivative, this is called implicit differentiation of both sides. I get 2u du is equal to 4y dy, right? Yeah, you're welcome, Krennic. So, okay, here's the cool thing, is that this shows up, right? So 4y dy is the same as 2u du. Okay, so now we have the integral of 2u du. And now this is the square root of u squared, right? So square root of u squared is just u. So now you have 2u du over u. Oh, this just goes away. Okay, so now you just have the integral of 2 du, right? But the integral of 2 du is just 2u. Oh, this is so cool. And if u squared equals 2y squared plus 1, then u is equal to the square root of 2y squared plus 1. So your answer is just 2 square root of 2y squared plus 1 plus c. Almost forgot c. Very cool, man. That's a very cool trick there, Chaotic. U squared sub. I haven't thought about it. You know, that was faster than doing all this shit. Because we had to identify, right? It was du over the square root of u. And then we had to do like blah, blah, blah.
Blah, 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 blah. But by using this trick that Chaotic showed us, if I just say u squared is equal to this, the tricky thing here, though, is you have to remember that this is 2u du. It's not just going to be du. And then, yeah, you do the derivative. That's that way. I love L'Hopital. I hate Kirchhoff, though. We have beef. Oh, no. As long as it's not the beef between Newton and Leibniz.
That's a big one too, right? Has anyone taken discrete mathematics? I do chemistry. I do. Yeah, send me a chem problem. I'll do it. I have not taken discrete. I've helped answer some discrete questions. I'll admit I'm not the best. We do have some other streamers here. Some are in the audience right now, like Obi-Wan, and they know more math than I do in terms of like the higher level stuff. I tend to be, I can go up to like calculus and maybe some diffie-Q complex analysis. Thank you, Pernille. I will hydrate. But discrete math, yeah, it's something I would like to learn at some point. All right, here we got a surface area being bounded by something, and then well, actually, wait. AFG, I said I would do your question. So whoever submitted this one, I will do this next. Okay, I will get to this one. Let me do AFG's real quick. If his is real quick. I don't know, AFG's. Is yours about to be hard? What's up, 1K?
My man.
And then 1K, yes, you do have a question as well. We'll do yours. Trust me, it's not real quick. Oh, this is not real. Well, then maybe I don't want to do this one yet. Let me take a quick look at it. Or do his first. Okay, you don't mind? All right, cool. All right, fine. Let's see. I literally get a bit anxious thinking about discrete mathematics. I haven't taken it yet, but it's required. I have no concept of what discrete math is or what it's used for. Well, I'll let someone in the chat answer that has to. I haven't taken discrete. My PhD's in physics, so the highest math I went was complex analysis. But I know there are other people here who have more mathy math degrees than I do, and they've taken discrete, so maybe they can tell you some things about it. Because I actually don't know what it's used for either. Jeff says, Ryan, all math is useless and has no purpose. No, don't.
Obviously, don't go and
Don't
do that.
listen to Jeff.
like.
Don't listen
we
to
can't
him.
condone anything of the sort.
No, we can't live.
Jeff's a little bit nihilistic with math sometimes. Okay, let's try to do this one. The function 1/x squared is bounded by the y-axis and the line x equals 7. Assume the function is rotated about the x-axis. Find the surface area of the figure. So this is not volume of revolution. This is surface area of revolution, which I believe requires you to use like arc length, right? I think it's... I'm just going to spitball real quick here. I think it's the integral from like a to b, and then it's 2 pi, and then it's the square root of 1 plus f prime of x squared d whatever. Is this what it is? I want to say this is surface area revolution. Oh, did the sound just cut out? Did it? I hope it's back. Here, let's show the chat for you real quick, Ryan. Femvox says, I feel like discrete math is all the math you need to be good at coding. And Obi says, assuming the math items you're discussing are discrete rather than continuous, you discuss basically items that come in packets. Oh, okay. And the other thing is like, okay, cool. I think we're on the right path for this one. Yeah. So, usually when we do volume of revolution, right, I usually integrate from like a to b. And then this is usually pi, and then this is like r squared. Right? Because then all I'm doing is I'm adding up like a bunch of like areas of like little disks. Here, I'm doing kind of like a to b of 2 pi r. You should notice that this is like a circumference, right? The issue, and I don't really remember why this is, but when I'm adding up like their circumferences, I have to take into account like this not being a line, right? I think I have to take into account this having like some finite length to it. And that's why we treat it as like an arc. And we're looking at like the arc length ds, and then it's really the integral of 2 pi, and it's like rds, I think is what it is. Meeson says, I had a question about how tensors work. What relation do they have with matrices, and what is a good way to visualize them? Ooh, tensors. I didn't get into tensors, actually. That's a higher level physics thing. That's like quantum mechanics. I think tensors behave like operators. Is that kind of how is that how we define like tensors? Good way to think of them. Yes. Okay, this is it. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. AFG, yeah. One second, let me move this over. Okay, this is the equation. Frustra of cones. Okay. So yeah, all right. Let's draw what this shape is. I always like to draw this. Okay, the function 1 over x squared, which is bounded by the y-axis and the line x equals 7. Okay, so we'll get to this. I think this is the equation we're gonna do eventually. But bounded by the y-axis, okay. That means we're gonna start here. The y bounded by this is the y-axis, okay. And then the line x is equal to 7. And that's going to look well, this is undefined, right? AFG, is it not undefined? Well, we can't do 1 over 0, right? Start at x equals 1? Why not start at x equals a quarter? Yeah, right, Jeff? Yeah, it's always, we're gonna add up a bunch of like, you want to do limits and integration? Yeah, but isn't this gonna be infinite then? Infinite surface area? Yeah, because this is what we're doing. If we're rotating around this and we're hitting a surface area, okay, then this right here is like R. Yeah, let me get like a smaller line for it. This is like R, which is the same thing as f of x. And so we're going to integrate from 1 to, I think it's from 0 to 7. That's nuts. And it says, oh, isn't this the same thing as fractals where there's a finite area but infinite perimeter? Is Gabriel Horn... Yeah, it's a paradox, dude. What is Gabriel's... Yeah, well, I guess apparently it is. Let's see. Yeah, okay. The fact that the rotation of an infinitely large section of XY plane generates an object of finite volume was considered a paradox. While the section lying in the XY plane has infinite area, any other section parallel to it has finite area. Okay. I see, because it's a weighted sum? Wow. Another way is to treat it as a stack of disks with diminishing radii. The sum of the radii produces a harmonic series that goes to infinity. Oh, very cool. I see, because 1 over x squared converges, but 1 over x diverges. You could not construct it in real life, so it's not a physical paradox. Okay. Yeah, we can't make infinite horns. Okay. Well, okay. So wait. So coming back to my question here, though, the original one. Is this just written wrong? This was given to me by AFG. This is not part of the question. I think this is wrong because I think I need a. I think I need a bound that's not 0. But we can try it. Let's do it. Okay. Let's say that the surface area. Don't question my glorious king. Okay. Let's say it's equal to 2 pi integral from and let's say like a to 7. And then that's going to be f of x. That's going to be 1 over x squared. And then the square root of 1 plus, so the derivative of 1 over x squared is going to be minus 2 over x to the third. Right? I do that right? Yeah. X is minus 2 minus 2. Yeah. Okay. Cool. dx, right? Whose question is this? I don't know. Someone submitted this on my web help screenshots. Zion has a cool question too. Nice. All right, we'll try and do that one as well. So this is kind of ugly, no? Like, do I want to do this? 2 pi integral from a to 7. I feel like I want to multiply everything by, like, x cubed or something. Ugh. Square root of 1 over x to the 4th minus 2 over x to the 7th? No. Oh, your homework says some solutions are infinite? I want to say this is infinite because I don't think, Ani, that... I don't think this will become finite. Here, let's see. I just want to make sure I'm going on the right direction. Let's throw this at super heavy ChatGPT before I like start going down a rabbit hole. I'm gonna throw it at the highest one. Is there a correct answer? He got 5.23. Let's see. Yeah, that's what I wanted to do here originally. I wanted to do this and then do the limit as a approaches 0. I just this integral is messy. No, isn't it? I'm trying to think how I make this like a nicer integral. Oh, it's f prime of x squared. Oh, thank you. Man, I fucked up. Okay, cool. All right, sorry. My bad. It's this squared. So that's going to be plus. Oh, okay. Got you. So this is plus 4 over x to the 6th, right? Thank you, Zone Ranger. I got my guardian angels out here tonight. Yeah. Okay. I still don't like this integral, though. What did ChatGPT say? It says it's infinite. I think they want it from 0 to 7, right? Because we said it's bounded by the y-axis and the line x equals 7. I think you can write x to the 6th as x squared cubed. Well... Oh, okay. Oh, you are right. Dude, thank you. Okay. Yes. Let 1 over x squared equal to u. Then 1 over x to the 6th. That's beautiful. Is equal to... Or, sorry. Yeah. Is u to the 3rd? Do I want to do that? Or you want to write it as squared cubed? Yeah, no, I think this is what I want to do. So 2 pi, let's not worry about the bounds yet until I get to things that look nice. So then this is going to be u square root of 1 plus u to the 3rd. But then I need to figure out what dx is. So then negative 2 over x cubed dx equals du. So du is equal to negative x cubed. Ugh, that's not nice anymore. Ugh, that's not nice. Sorry, this is dx is equal to negative x squared x cubed du. Why do you need to use Discord with an iPad? What's up? Bro, even AI gave up? Well, it got to here. It got everything as x to the 4th. And then it got to this. And then this is just divergent. Well, is it divergent? Gemini's terrible. Okay. And as x approaches 0 from the right, this behaves as the square root of 4. This is a cool argument here. Because it's telling you that x to the 6th will approach 0 faster than x to the 3rd will. Or sorry, x to the 5th will. Oh, sorry. Let me see the help screenshots we posted. X ln of x. What's this? Wait, why are we doing x ln of x? Oh, that's for the other guy's question. Yeah. I got you. I see it. That's okay. This thinks it's infinite, which I'm tempted to agree it's infinite. Yeah. This is kind of the crux of the argument. We had it right here. It is from 0 to 7. Yeah. Trying to do this is still just going to be a mess. Because this is now, it's like 1 over u. It's like negative 1 over 2 u to the 3 halves. Right? That's what dx is equal to. Yeah, this is disgusting. Yeah. The Chinese AI said infinity. That's it? Okay, cool. We agree it's infinity. Okay. Okay, yeah. But in all seriousness, I think this question was written wrong. I think it was not supposed to be... First of all, this is not part of the question. But, yeah. That or... I don't know, there's something else on here. Yeah, okay. It happens. Let's see. Zion. It's infinite and beyond. I thought so too, but I can't fully understand that math. You wanted some help understanding the math? Okay, so this is the integral, right? This is f of x, and then this is 1 plus f prime of x squared, square rooted. That's all this is, okay? Then they do some algebra where they say, okay, let me combine these by multiplying this by x to the 6 over x to the 6. So that they're both over x to the 6. Now I have x to the 6 plus 4 over x to the 6. Which, because I have a square root of x to the 6, I can pull this out as an x to the 3rd. So now I'm left with this, okay? And this is really a, because we're going to take the limit as a approaches 0, and we're going to say from the right, because we're trying to look at what happens as our starting the beginning of our surface area calculation moves from like here over to here. So that's why it's from the right, not from the left. Because this is asymptotic. Well, this is 1 over x squared, so it is technically like this. If it was 1 over x, it would be like this. So I guess it's not terribly important it's coming from the right. But yeah, so once we get to here, the argument they make is that as x goes to 0, right? As you start trying to evaluate this, x to the 6 goes to 0 faster than x to the 5th. So they just kind of ignore this. And then they just say it's the square root of 4 over x to the 5th, which is 2 over x to the 5th, which is just 2 over 0. I'm a little curious if you're allowed to do that, because sure, this is going to 0 quicker than this, but this is the square root of x to the 6th. So really, this is like the square root of x to the... This is like the x... It's like x to the 3rd, no? I'd argue that this is going to 0 faster. Okay, and if this is going to 0 faster, dividing by 0 means this is also going to be infinity. Yeah. You understand now? I understand what ChatGPT is doing, but is it infallible? But as x to the 6 go to 0, the top is the square root of 4. I agree. As this goes to 0, whatever. If you just make this 0, make this 0. Sure. You get the square root of 4 over 0. Oh, okay. Yeah. Interesting. Okay. It's infinite. ChatGPT is slowly becoming infallible. It's getting better and better. It's scary. I think we showed yesterday on my physics review stream that depending which mode of ChatGPT you're using will get you different answers sometimes based on how much reasoning it'll do. You should learn AI Gold. I don't know what learn AI means. Like, learn how to use AI? Learn how to code AI? Learn how to make AI? I think making AI is pretty simple. It's just very time intensive. You just need to train stuff on like tons of fucking data. I know they say you can't take variables outside, but you can add to integrals together separately. Yes. The issue, okay, yeah, JHNet. If this was, okay, let's say the square root was gone, okay? The issue is that I can't really do this with the square root on top of it. But if the square root was gone, this would be the same thing as the integral of x to the 5th over x to the 5th plus the integral from 4 over x to the 5th. This you could do if this was not here anymore. You can write that as 2 separate expressions and then 2 separate integrals, which you usually do a lot in like limits and stuff. Yeah. And you can only take variables outside if they don't depend on whatever your integrating thing is. Thuma says his question, please. Okay. Shush. Here, let me try Zion's real quick. let's do this one. Zion, are you still in the chat, Zion? I remember seeing you submitted something at some point. And then Anushka Kumar submitted something with a... And then... Our Rob Gamer has x cubed plus y cubed plus z cubed equals 42. Monkey. Alright, let's see. Klein reads 30 pages of a book on Monday, 1/8 of the book on Tuesday, and he completes the remaining quarter of the book on Wednesday. How many pages were in the book? Okay. Femvox is automatic, which is like 48. Let's see if Femvox is right. Okay. So, if he reads an 1/8 and a quarter... Oh, we got rid of that. Oh, man. I lost my thing. No. Okay, there you go. It should be simple. But, okay, so on Monday, he must have read 1 minus 1/8 minus 1/4, right? So that's 1 minus 3/8. So on Monday, he read 5/8. So Monday was 5/8 of the book. Because, again, we said Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Wednesday, he read a quarter. Tuesday, he read an 1/8. This must be 5/8 for him to read the whole book. So if 5/8 of the book, X, is equal to 30, then you can solve for X, the amount of the book, and that's just be X is equal to 240 over 5, which, yes, that's going to be equal to... What's up, NY Gamers? Equals to 75? Not quite. It's equal to 48. Okay, cool. You think it's 75? I don't think it's 75. I think it's 48. Yeah, nice. Okay, cool. Hopefully that made sense to you. Equity's got some good questions. Thank you, Equity, for posting stuff. Ooh, loudness and decibels. That's cool. What's up, Equity? Wagwan, dude. Do you need to do yours right away? Or can you wait like 20 minutes? 30 minutes? You tell me. I know I missed you the other time. AFG, why do you keep responding to your emojis, dog? I got like the peanut gallery in my my Discord chat. You just ping me whenever. Okay, cool. I'll ping you, dude. All right, let's see. Okay. And then 1K if you're here, we'll do your question as well. But let me do this one. Which Femvox had a pretty good solution for it. He did it? Okay. Can I try to do it? I want to try to see if I can do it. Okay, so this is x. So log base c is ln. So x ln of ln of x minus x squared plus y squared equals 4. And you want to know what dy dx is? That's the question. So, okay. I'm going to do implicit differentiation, which means I'm going to treat everything as something I take a derivative of. And anytime I do a derivative, I'm just going to write dy or dx based on what I did. So this is just 0. Y squared is going to be 2y dy, because it was a derivative with respect to y. This is going to be minus 2x dx. This thing is a mess. Okay, so we gotta think. We gotta put our big brain caps on here. And I gotta like separate what this is. So I'm gonna say this is the same thing as like A times B. Okay? I'm gonna say this is A times B. Which this is a product rule, okay? Because this is the same thing as A prime B plus B prime A. Okay. That's how we do this derivative. All this. He says, What's up, buddy? You don't like it? Let's see. Oh, wait. Derivative of a, derivative of x is easy. Derivative of x is just 1. So I'm just going to write dx. What is log e? That's log base e, is what that is. Log e. It's called ln. And so then this is going to be ln of x. And then we got to do the derivative of this. So this is where this is, and that's going to be times a. So I'm just going to put the times a real quick. So plus x. So now we got to do the derivative of ln of x. So ln of something is equal to 1 over that something. And then it's like derivative of that something. So this is going to be one over the ln of x times the derivative of ln of x, which is 1 over x, and then this is dx. Yeah, cool. Right? Because the derivative of ln of x is just 1 over x, and then we put dx. Okay, cool. All right, so I think we got all that, yeah? Okay, everything has fucking dx in it except for this. Okay, so I'm going to move this over. Or actually, I'm going to move... yeah, whatever. Okay. So, let's move this over. And actually, I can group everything. Let's group everything by dx. So this is going to be dx, and then this is ln of x plus x over x cancels. 1 over ln of x minus 2x is equal to negative 2y dy. Right? So then if we divide this by negative 2y, and then we move this over by dx, that's dy dx. And we wanted it at x equals e. So if x equals e, this is just 1. Ln of 1 is just 0 then. So this whole thing is 0. Then this is also just going to be 1. Ln of e is just 1. 1 minus 2e. So I have 1 minus 2e over negative 2y is equal to dy dx. Okay, and then I need to solve for what y is when x equals e. So I got to plug that in. So log base e of e is 1. Log base e of 1 is 0, so this all goes away. So then this tells me y squared is equal to 4 plus x squared. So y is equal to the square root of 4 plus e squared. So I think it's 1 minus 2e over negative 2 square root of 4 plus e squared is equal to dy dx. Is that right? Let's see, I think... Ooh, yes, Femvox. Look at us. Look at us. Look at us, Femvox. Femvox got 2e minus 1 over 2 square root of e squared plus 4. Same answer. Yeah. His is a little cleaner, because if you flip this, this is 2e minus 1 over 2 square root of 4 plus e squared. Equals dy dx. Oh, wow, that's very cool. Very nice. Great question. Love it, dude. Who's this, Lil Yachty? Lil Yachty coming out for this one, dude. Okay, enough noises. He's like, what's going on? Sorry, we were just celebrating having done this question. I thought it was really cool. Yes, it is LN. Yes. Dr. Gold, what time should I go to the gym? Go to the gym now. Just do it, dude. Don't let your dreams be just dreams, dude. I need to go to the gym today. I hope I have time to go. Okay. Rob Gamer, you submitted this. I'm curious what this question is. Love is equal to 1? Is that because love is unitary? He gets so excited when he hears gym. It's better than some people who get excited when they hear like high fructose corn syrup. Cap. I don't know what this question is. Someone submitted a screenshot of it, but they said x squared plus y squared plus z cubed equals 42. I don't know what this. I don't know what the question is here. Are we asking for like? Is this one of these? I don't know. Fermat's last, whatever the fucks. Someone searched up hardest math question and got the answer to life. I love some syrup of the corn. Children of the corn. AFG is smart and I am a brute, so I guess opposites attract. That's cute. I'm happy for you too. Happy Pride, by the way. It's June. It's not a homework question. Okay. Let's try to do this one. And then equity. I will do your. Or sorry, 1K. 1K. If you're still here, I'll do yours. Sorry. I asked for yours earlier in the class, but I think you were out. Okay. Okay. Good to see you, AFG.
Good job.
Never gonna Viv you up says 3 logicians walk into a bar. The bartender asks, "Do you all want a beer?" Yes. The first one replies, "I don't know." The second one replies, "I don't know." The third one replies, "Yes." Trying to get the joke there. What's the joke? Okay. Anushka Kumar, are you here in the chat? If you're here, I'll do your question. Otherwise, I'll do 1Ks. This is a cool one. Find it fascinating. That's because if the first or second didn't want it, they would have said no. Oh, do you all want a beer? Oh, I get the joke. Wait. Ah, okay, I get it. Oh, this is funny. That's a cool joke. Okay, I get it. Yes, so the first 2 people don't know if all of them want a beer until the third person says yes. Okay, that's clever. Okay. Let me do 1K's question because I know he's been waiting, and then I'll do this other fun one that got asked, but I don't know whose question this is. This looks like a physics question. We're coming up with this one though. Let's see it. If it wants to load today. There we go. Okay. A 2-stage rocket accelerates from rest at 3.57 meters per second squared for 6.82 seconds. It then accelerates at 2.98 meters per second. Dude, what? First of all, why is your teacher using the correct thing here, but then using some garbage thing here? Do they just they forgot how to do superscripts? That's hilarious. Okay. After the second stage, it enters a state of free fall. Determine the maximum speed. It's okay. So, here's my question, 1K. Do you have meters per second, lol, right? Isn't that funny? I mean, it's technically correct, but are you allowed to use kinematics equations? I hope you are, but it's which ones do you get, right? You tell me if these are the ones you get to use. These are useful. Okay, cool. All right. So we're going to do 2 stages. So this right here, this is stage 1. Do you know why this is called a 2-stage rocket, by the way? No? Okay, cool. Well, let's explain that to you. I think, you know, kind of silly if like, they're giving you a question, but you don't actually know what the fuck this thing is. Like, here we go. A 2-stage rocket is a rocket that has 2 separate stages or 2 separate engines that can fire. So here's like an example of a 2-stage model rocket. It's pretty cool. So it basically has like 2 rockets attached to itself. And what happens is the first stage fires, and then after this has like expended all its fuel, it no longer needs to carry this part of the rocket up anymore, right? That's just extra weight it doesn't need to do. So this one falls, yes, this one falls off, and then the second stage, the second rocket starts firing. The reason being, like, it takes a lot of energy to like get shit off the Earth. And so once you've used the gas tank, basically, you don't need to carry the gas tank anymore. The gas tank's empty. Yeah, you've seen these, right? I mean, you've probably seen these with, what is it? I want to say it's the Apollo launch, second stage. Where's the famous photo of this? Where it's like, I don't know. God damn it, Tuma. Man, I want like a cool thing of it, like. Anyways, this is it. Here we go. This is like not really another. Is this another stage? Is this another stage burning off or something? But this is a pretty cool picture of like. This is the same logic as a plane dumping fuel to lose excess weight. Exactly. Yeah. But the rockets are like that too. So this is the cool thing that like Elon's doing with SpaceX. He does cool things sometimes. Is that in usually this part of the rocket right here, the first stage that you dump and never really see again, that never gets reused. But what SpaceX has been doing is they put special engines on this and special control motor things such that they can get it to land and they can recover it so that it's not broken. Yeah. It's like a reuse. Yes, exactly. It comes back and refuels. Exactly. Yes. Okay. Well, cool. All right. So you understand like what a 2-stage thing is. All right. Here we go. Okay. Okay. So the first stage accelerates from rest at 3.57 meters per second squared for 6.82 seconds. So here, since it's from rest, so here we're gonna call this like stage 1. V initial, which is your initial velocity, that's equal to 0 because it starts at rest. Rest means 0. And we know that our acceleration there is 3.57, and we know that our time is equal to 6.82. Okay? And what we're eventually trying to figure out is the maximum speed. Okay? So we want to know what's happening to the velocity. So in stage 1, the initial velocity is 0, but it's accelerating. And let's remember that accelerating means that you have changing velocity over changing time. So if you have positive acceleration, that means your velocity is going up. Which in this case, because we're moving up, means your speed is also going up. So we can solve for V final here from stage 1 by using all this stuff here and this equation right here. So VF is equal to VI, which is 0, plus the acceleration, which is 3.57, times the time, which is 6.82, okay? And then I need my calculator. Find my calculator. And, okay, so 3.57 times 6.82. This gets us a final velocity of 24, we'll say 0.35. So I say Vf is equal to 24.35 meters per second. Okay? So that's how fast the rocket is going after stage 1. Okay? It then drops that rocket. So here, we'll copy this image in there. 19-ish. 19-ish what? Oh, 3.57 times 6. If it was 3 times 6, it would be 19, but it's 3.5 times almost 7. That's why it's 24. Okay. So then for the second stage, okay. Here's the cool thing. 1K, what do you think the initial velocity is for the second stage? Which is right here, right? What do we think the starting velocity is of the second stage? I'll give you a hint. It has something to do with what happened in the first stage.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Okay, so interesting. He says starting velocity should be 0 again. It actually isn't. So, again, this is not realistic because there is going to be some delay between breaking the stages off. But in this case, the initial velocity for stage 2 is going to be the final velocity for stage 1. So the velocity that stage 1 ended at ends up being the initial velocity for stage 2. I can, Matthew. Do you have an example question, Matthew, you want to ask? So if you have a screenshot of a question with logarithms and exponents, I can do an example one for you and teach you about it. That's the best way for me to teach. There's a website right there. That website you can submit screenshots to. Should have rounded it up before estimating. It saved me loads of time. Physics 1 and 2. Oh, you just don't know what a log is? Okay. All right. We can maybe go over that. Okay. So final velocity here is the same as the initial velocity here. Now I have a new acceleration, which is equal to 2.98, and that's meters per second squared. And I have a new time, which is equal to 5.9. So I can figure out the final velocity here, doing the same thing. Initial velocity 24.35 plus acceleration 2.98 times time 5.9. Let's get our calculator out. So plus 2.98 times 5.9. And we get the V final is 41.9 meters per second. And so that's going to be the maximum speed, right? Because this thing just keeps accelerating, which means it keeps getting faster and faster. So at the end of stage 2, after it's been accelerating the most, that's going to be the maximum speed. Okay. All right. So then we get to... it's interesting because we say after the second stage, it enters a state of free fall. Okay. So this is like stage 1. This is going to be stage 2. And then the rocket engines like run out. And so what happens is you're going to start having stage 3. Which is where the rocket here is going to keep going up until it reaches a maximum height, and then it starts to fall down. Okay. Okay. So, for stage 3, let's say to figure out max height. what we're going to do here is we're going to recognize that Dr. Gold out of here doing rocket science. Yeah, rocket science, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to do rocket science. So, before we do this, what I want to do is figure out how high it went in each stage. Like, how high did it go up here? How high did it go up here? And then we're going to figure out how high it goes from here to here, and then add all the heights up. So, here, x initial was equal to 0, but we can solve for x final using this equation, where delta x, which is x final minus x initial, this is the same thing as xf minus x initial. Ryan says, I thought we were only calculating for the free fall engine of the rocket in this question, not the main rocket. Yeah, but the maximum altitude, Ryan, needs to add all the distances that we traveled in stage 1 and stage 2. So here we have to calculate how far it went in stage 1. And so x final is going to equal x initial, which is 0. And we're going to say plus v initial, which is 0, times t, which is 6.82. And then we're going to say plus 1/2 3.57, and then this is 6.82 squared. Yeah, maximum altitude, yeah. I also thought the same thing, man. Like, just starting off, I was like, oh, we're just going to do this. But then they want the total altitude. So this is 3.57 times 6.82 squared. Nice. So that gets us 83.02 meters. Okay, so that's how high the rocket travels in the first stage. So now to figure out the height of it in the second stage, again, we're going to take the final height from stage 1 and say that it's the initial height for stage 2. And we can do the same thing. So x final equals x initial, so 83.02, plus v naught t, or v initial t. So v initial is now 24.35. It's not 0 because this one's not starting at rest. Times 5.9 plus 1/2 times the acceleration, which is 2.98, times t squared, so that's 5.9 squared. Okay, so now we got to figure out all these numbers. So we do this plus 24.35 times 5.9 plus 0.5 times 2.98 times 5.9 squared. And that gets me 278.56. Okay. So now this is how high it is after stage 2. Now we get to stage 3, which is the rocket is no longer accelerating it upwards, which means it's in free fall. And when things are in a state of free fall, so here, let's zoom in on this. States of free fall is where the acceleration is equal to negative 9.8 meters per second squared. Because anything in the air will accelerate towards the ground at negative 9.8 meters per second squared. Okay, so here's the key thing. At the maximum height, your velocity is equal to 0. Your velocity in the y direction is equal to 0. And the reason for that is you no longer have any more velocity trying to push you up. So in stage 2, you're like going, ooh, up, 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 up. And then the rockets are no longer propelling you upwards. So your velocity is going to start to drop until eventually your velocity is 0. And that's when you've reached the maximum height because you can't go up anymore. So figuring out maximum height, okay, I know that my acceleration is equal to negative 9.8. I know that my final velocity will need to be equal to 0. I know my initial velocity is going to be equal to what my final velocity was in stage 2. So that's 41.9. I don't know the time, but I don't think I need it. You go uppity up and you come downity down. Yeah. Exactly. I know my X initial. So my initial height is the final height from stage 2. So that's 278.56. So now we can solve for XF. And doing that, we're going to use this equation, which says VF squared equals BI squared plus 2A. Then delta X is X final minus X initial. We don't need the time for this. So here, let me write out what these equations were so you don't forget them. So this is X naught plus V naught. Is it? I guess it's X initial, sorry. X initial plus V initial T plus 1/2 AT squared. And then this was V initial plus A times T. 1965 cinema? Oh, is that what it is? V initial plus A times T. And then this was X initial plus V initial T plus 1/2 AT squared. Yes, you definitely need to know these equations. I don't know if I necessarily like the way they write them here, but you need to know them. Those magnificent men and their flying machines. That sounds like such like a 1960s like title. Okay. So here, final velocity is 0. So I have 0 is equal to 41.9 squared plus 2. Acceleration is negative 9.8. And then X final is what we're solving for. But then X initial was 278.56. So, now I just do a bunch of math. So 41.9 squared. Cool. And then I'm going to divide that by 9.8. Divide it by negative 2. And then I'm going to... No, sorry. I don't need... No, sorry. Time. Divide by regular 2. And then I'm going to add 278.56. Do a double feature with the Great Race. That's like the preferred combo there, Obi. Nice. Maximum altitude I get here. We get that XF is equal to 368 meters. Which is the same as this right here. They said 278. That's like, it's 278 meters more than what you started with. He says, you mean those men and their magnificent equations. Seriously, who comes up with this stuff? I wish I could invent my own equations. I mean, Newton did. You can come up with your own equations. You could come up with integrals again if you wanted to, bro. Do you remember that med school paper, that peer-reviewed med paper that basically just, like, redefined what an integral is? Yeah, what's up, Paul? What's up, Sir Viking? I haven't seen you in a while, man. Good to see you in the audience, though. Ugh. Okay. That's how to do these 3 parts. I'm going to leave you to do these 2 parts. Hello, yeah, long time no see, dude. We were playing, yeah, I'll find it. Paul, we were playing, some Roblox game. I think it was called, like... Shantrix, what were you playing, dude? Do you remember this game? It was, like, Civil War type stuff, but it was, like, World War I. Oh, the circle problem, you're stuck? Yeah. Oh, wait. It was in our, It was in our recess chat. Let me go find it 1 sec. Recess, where you at? There it is. Recess. Oh, Entrenched. Have you played Entrenched, Paul? It reminds me of like years ago when we used to play that one game all together. Entrenched. Yeah, it was pretty fun actually. I had a good time with it. Okay, cool. right. Yeah, try to do the rest of the equation because this is going to just take a long time for me to do the other two. The height of the rocket after 20 seconds, you kind of take, you take 20, you take like t here is equal to 20 minus 6.82 minus 5.9. Like you subtract these two times. And then it's this amount of seconds into the free fall. And then to figure out the final time it's in the air, you set this final height equal to 0 and just figure out how much time it takes. Did they take it serious and change our maths forever? No, let me find this. It's a hilarious thing. But here, let me say this as 1K. There's your solution, 1K. Paul, do you still play like Roblox and stuff, man? We played it last weekend. Oh, I'm getting tired. My PC is broken. Oh, let's get your PC fixed, bro. Oh, you play your mom's laptop? Nice. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't take much to do stuff on a laptop, right? Roblox is pretty not intense. Let me see. Is Equity? Are you around? I'll do your chem, Equity, because you've been waiting for a while. Let's see if Equity comes around. Yeah, Equity's here. Sick. All right, let's do it. And then I do like this question that someone else popped up into our chat. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, dude, I was getting so much packet loss yesterday trying to play games. I was like, what, bro? I have no clue what this is. This looks like really interesting. Is this log base ln of x? Like, what? That's gonna suck, dude. Okay, let's see. Equity says, quick question for this. Why are you not able to raise everything to base 7? Okay, cool. I mean, you could. The issue here is this would be... Okay. The issue here is this would be 7 to this, and this would be 7 to the whole thing. Wow, you passed Iffy Q. Congrats, dude. Give me some booms, dude. Okay. Good job, Devil. Okay, yeah. Here's the issue. So this is the same thing. If you raise both to the power 7, you get x plus 2 is equal to, and then this is 7 to the 1 over 7 to the log base 7 x minus 4, so this becomes x minus 4. Does that make sense? Don't you put that on me, Ricky Bobby. Don't you put that devil on me. Does that make sense, Equity, why that is? Okay, here we go. Okay. I gotta show it to you. Okay. Okay. Do 7 to the on both sides. Alright? So you get 7 to the log base 7. Sorry, let me make this less thick. 7 to the log base 7 x plus 2 is equal to 7 to the 1 minus log base 7 x minus 4. Okay. This is easy. 7 to log base 7, this just comes down. So this is just x plus 2. This is 7 to the 1 times 7 to the negative log base 7 x minus 4. Which anything to a negative exponent is the same as 1 over that exponent, right? So this is x plus 2 is equal to 7 times 1 over 7 to the log base 7 x minus 4. This is just 1 over x minus 4. Tomorrow I will look at what color grass is. Ooh, do tell us, please. Tell us, Devil, what color the grass is. Does this make sense, Equity? Yeah. So then if you multiply that together, you just get x squared minus 8 minus 2x equals 7. So x squared minus 2x minus 15 equals 0. I do that right? And that's the same thing as x minus 5, x plus 3. And then you gotta check this. Negative 3 doesn't work because you can't have the log base 7 of a negative number. 5 does work. 5's okay. So you wouldn't raise each term to 7. Yeah, no. You can't do 7 to the 7 to the 7 to the. No. Oh, this is a good question. Matthew, you were asking about logs, right? Yeah, so anytime you have log base A of B is equal to C, in this case, this whole thing is C. This whole thing is C. You can write this in exponential form as B is equal to A to the C. What up, Justin? Come say hi. And C is this whole thing. What up, Justin?
The Fortnite season's out. It's actually not that bad.
Oh shit, we gotta play it. Oh man, I wanted to play it this weekend. You're right. I was getting ready for my final exam. Is it lit?
Well, yeah, I'm really busy. I know this.
Yeah, but I'm done because, well, actually no, I still have to grade exams. But I don't have to go to class. I don't have to teach class for a couple weeks at least.
That's good.
Yeah, nice. How's upstate?
Good.
I'll tell you what, it's probably better than LA right now, dude. We're like, there are riots and shit. And we're all on fire. You see that shit? It's like, it's real life GTA lobbies, dude.
Somebody got shot with a rubber bullet, like a news reporter. Got purposely shot with a bullet.
Yeah, that does happen. Not me playing GTA right now. Are you playing San Andreas? Go play San Andreas, Paul.
I got. What is it? I don't even have any GTAs.
Ugh. I don't think I've played anything since like GTA. I want to say 4, probably GTA 4. No, I played Miami Vice. I played Miami Vice.
Vice City's good.
Yeah, Vice is good.
Actually, you know what? That's probably what I'm gonna end up downloading. Vice.
Wow, we got another raid. What's up, FizzBuzz?
That's dope.
Thanks for the raids, FizzBuzz. Appreciate you, dude.
That's dope.
That's dope.
That's dope.
Nice. You know what? Is it the weekend yet? Wait, what day is it? It's Monday? Oh, no. Oh, dude, I thought it feels like the weekend because I gave my last final exam out today. I feel like it's the weekend. It's not. It's Monday. Fuck.
Fuck!
Damn it. Okay. Anyways. Yes, thanks, FizzBuzz. Well, my stream was going well until I realized that today's not Friday. Anyways. We'll play some games soon, don't worry. Okay, so equity, this is the equation sheet you get, right? Is that what you're saying? I feel like this is a pretty standard equation sheet. So wait, so this is physics. Decibels? Yeah. Do they give you I naught? And I guess this is supposed to be decibels, right? Decibels. Deci means 10, right? You see how it's 10? I don't know why this is called bells, but yeah, dude, the Monday slump pretending to be Friday and then it shows its face, dude. Exactly. What is this? Is this magnitude? Magnification? This is so funny. You guys are like doing... Okay, and then this is... Yeah, this is chemistry. This is chem. This is... I would say this is like finance, right? This is finance. This is physics. This is also magnification. And then this could go either way. This is Half-Life, which is, you know, physics or chemistry. That's really interesting. Okay. Oh, these are the equations you get. Oh, it's for earthquakes. Ah, it's magnitude. Dr. Gold, how does one obtain a PhD? I hear that just because you have a master and want a PhD doesn't mean you'll be given the chance to get it. So this depends like what country you're in, right? So in the US, at least in the STEM program, if you're in math, physics, chemistry, bio, whatever, you usually don't get a master's first. You get a master's along the way, but you apply for a PhD in your field. And the master's is, in physics at least, it's a consolation prize. Like, after you do, I think, your comprehensive exam at UCLA, they give you a master's in case you, flunk out. They're like, oh, here, you get a master's at least. So, in Europe, though, you need a master's first because you have to, apply to, a PhD project that you want to do. In the US, you don't have to have any idea what you want to do. You don't have to have a PhD project in mind. In the EU, UK, whatever, you kind of do. And so that's why they require you to do a master's first to get an idea of what, subfield within whatever physics, chemistry, math that you would like to study. And then you apply to a specific professor with a specific project in mind to do your PhD. So that's how that works. What's up, Bob?
My man.
How's the summer treating you, dude? What is STEM? STEM stands for science, technology, engineering, and math. You know what's great is when it's STEAM, because then they put arts in there, and I'm like, bro, we're just putting all the classes at this point. They're like STEAM. You will have a master's in computer science. Yeah, okay, so that's an engineering thing. So engineering programs in the US are different as well. So you usually don't get a PhD in engineering programs unless you specifically want to teach. If you want to go into industry and you want to do something in the private sector, a master's is usually good enough because you're learning more than undergrad, but you're not going so specialized deep into one really specific niche little topic like a PhD, because that's kind of useless for industry unless you happen to be directly working on that little sliver of world in things, I guess. But yeah, I think for private sector, it makes more sense to get a master's than to do the whole PhD thing because you're too specialized. And especially, in the private sector in engineering jobs, you kind of have to be flexible in what you're doing, right? Because they're going to put you on all different sorts of things. So they don't really need you to be hyper intelligent, focused on one little thing. It's not necessary for you at all. Yeah, I don't think it's necessary if you want to do private sector work. You don't need to have a PhD in computer science. If you wanted to teach later, if you want to teach computer science to engineers, then you need a PhD. Then they require that. Yeah. Bob says your final exam was 3 hours. It was. Yeah. It was 3 hours. Yeah. He's looking at my Instagram story of I really want to get into AI machine learning eventually. I won't start there, and school doesn't yet teach that, but if you know code and computers, you can learn it. Maybe I'll do that on my own somehow. Yeah, I agree. Learning how to code, even though I know these days it's kind of laughed at as, because we told all the kids, learn how to code. And now AI can basically do it better, but there is still a lot of value in yourself knowing how to code. I think specific just coding jobs are obsolete. But if you know how to code, that teaches you a way of thinking that applies to be able to do other things. Much more beyond just coding. What's the difference between PhD and doctor? They're the same thing. Usually doctor is reserved for people who have medical degrees. They have MDs. But technically, you call people with a PhD doctor. Just don't do it at a hospital or something. Because then they're like, oh, I'm a doctor of physics. I can't fix your broken leg. No. What do data scientists do, and how is it different from just a computer science major? Okay, so data scientists can come from all sorts of degrees. So, for instance, I have a lot of friends who were in my same PhD program at UCLA for physics, who after they got their PhD went into a data science job. And the reason for that is doing a PhD in physics teaches you a lot about how to analyze data and how to create routines and how to create all sorts of stuff. And data science is kind of this broad umbrella term for unique ways of analyzing data and visualizing it, and processing it and coming up with trends. And those are things you can do in a bunch of different PhD programs. Like, you do a lot of data science in a physics PhD because you have to, like, analyze a lot of data. And so those are skills you develop that basically can also be... I don't think there are specific degree programs for data science. I know there are positions for data science, but they usually hire out people who have associated degrees that analyze a lot of data. That's what I would say. Yeah. I could have just picked an IT degree, but I wanted computer science. I thought about data science as well as a career field. Yeah. Those are all totally cool things. I would recommend that if you want to go the education route, just do something you're interested in that uses those skills, like uses data science skills, and then you can pivot later after you get your degree with like getting a career position in data science. Bob says the future of computer scientists is to come up with the algorithms that AI can't come up with, and then the AI will do the actual programming part. 100%. I agree with that. Yeah. Like there's certain like unique creative things that only humans can really come up with at this point. And then yeah, the monotonous task of coding it, that can be done by AI. That's fine. I can help you with the trig. Yeah, send me a screenshot. It's right down there, actualdiscord.com/submit. Yes, oh, there is a Bachelor of Arts in Data Science at USC. That's cool. That must be new. Yeah, a lot of universities are pivoting really quickly to offer these new field degrees. Like computer science for the longest time was not considered a science. It's very interesting. It's called computer science, but I remember a lot of times CS is in like the engineering department. It's not considered like a science. It's almost like considered like a soft science. But yeah, econ and data science, again, because a lot of econ is just analyzing data. That's all the stock people are doing. They're just analyzing data. So if you understand econometrics, then you can also do data science. Yeah, you want the again, the job market's always changing. It's always it's a piece of shit. It's a lot but as long as you're good at what you do, and you'll develop a lot of side skills in doing that thing, you can use those to apply to a bunch of other things. Getting a degree in a solid STEM class, whether it's physics, math, or applied math, or whatever, will give you a lot of opportunities to pivot into one of these other like technology fields if you want to later. Like I could apply to a tech company with a PhD in physics, even though I technically don't have a computer science degree. They know I did a lot of coding and computer science in order to get my PhD anyways. Because you should have seen, I wrote like thousands of lines of code to analyze my data. Yeah. So I want money, so I do mechie. Yeah, mechanical engineering is good too. Lockheed, please give me $1 million. $1 million. That's all I'm asking for, man. All right, let's see. Equity, you still around? Sorry, we got a little sidetracked. But I always appreciate the questions. Yeah, especially about like career stuff and whatnot. I've been through it. And I know it's like a crazy, weird time these days. Yeah, which one of... Here, I'm going to show you. You tell me. Which one do you want me to do? You want me to do thorium? You want me to do earthquakes? Or one of the bottom two log questions? Do the decibels. He says, do the decibels. Okay. Well, I think I already had that one up. Decibels. It's ELS. It's okay. Okay. All right. Copying it. Okay. What's up, Luyanda Nahafa? Okay. The loudness in decibels, 1/10 of a bell, of a sound intensity I is defined as this. Cool. Where IO is the minimum intensity of the human ear. The loudness level of a heavy snore is 69. How many times is this more intense than the conversational speech at 60? assume correct to nearest units. Okay. So I think you just do this. I think you just do 10 log of 69 over 60. I think that's like the relative loudness. That's like how many times louder it is. I believe that's all you do. So what? This is 10 log of 9? Or no. Log of 69 over 60. Well. Oh, so I actually have to do this, sorry. So 0.6 times louder? Yeah, nice.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's all it is. So not that much louder. Because what is the minimum intensity? Oh, no. I did this wrong. So I fucked this up, dude. Oops, sorry. Take back everything I said. Don't do it. Don't look at what I did. It's all wrong. Okay, sorry. I did this completely wrong. Okay, here we go. Because I was like, wait, that doesn't make any sense. All right, here we go. 69 is equal to 10. And we're going to say log. And then this is going to be I snore. Okay. Over I0. Okay. And then 60 is equal to 10 log. And then this is going to be I of speech over I0. Okay. Do you see that so far? This is what I meant to write. Sorry. Okay. And what I eventually want to know is, I want to know the comparison of, I want to know I snore over I speech, right? That's what I want to figure out. Because they want the, how many times more intense. Okay. So what I can do is I could divide this function by this. So then I get 69 over 60 is equal to log I snore. Yeah, exactly. So watch what you get here. And also remember that log of something divided by something is log that minus that. So this is, let's say snore minus log IO. Thanks, Lucio. I'll look at it. And then this is log I snore. Sorry, this is I speech minus log IO. Okay. Actually, you know what I think I want to do? I think I want to subtract them. Let's not divide them. Let's subtract them. I'm going to do this minus this. So 69 minus 60, which is equal to 9. And then this is going to be equal to 10. And then we're going to say log of I snore minus log of I0 minus log I speech minus, so plus log I0. Because watch, this goes away. So then I get that 9. How do you know? Well, what I was noticing is that I0 wasn't going away, right? Because I was getting it divided by itself. And in that case, I know I want to separate this out first. Because then the I0s will cancel. Also, when we talk about decibel, we usually talk about the difference in decibels. So this is a difference of 9 decibels. Because you do like 69 minus 60. It's like plus 9. It's like plus 9 dB. So I know I probably want to subtract them. Because then this is equal to log I snore minus log I speech. And then this is a cool thing, because you see how you can recombine these? So now this is 9/10 is equal to log I snore over I speech. And now you can just do 10 to the. So it's just 10 to the 9/10. Okay, so cool. So 10 to the 9/10. So it's about 7.9 times. Does that make sense? I think the other way to write this is that delta decibels is equal to 10 log, and then it's like I2 over I1. So this is like dB2 minus dB1 is equal to 10 log I2 over I1. So you could use that here when they say that sound is less intense than earplugs are worn. So now, so you have I snore equals something. Okay, right. And then you have I of earplugs equals 1 over 316 times I of snore. Right? Because sound is 316 times less intense, so that's 1/316th in earplugs than it is of like regular snoring. And so now they want the decibel difference, okay? So now I'm going to say, okay, cool. Delta dB is equal to 10 log, and then that's going to be snoring. So I snore over 1 over 316. I snore. This is going to cancel. And so the log of 316, that's big, times 10. So 24.9. So delta dB is equal to 25 decibels. So you can say that it's 25 decibels quieter. Or in this case, you say that snoring is 25 decibels louder than having it with earplugs. Why can't you divide 7.16? Okay. Because 7.16, or you mean 7.9, right? That's the ratio, that's the decibel difference. That's not the intensity difference. The intensity difference is here. That the 1 over the 1/316 goes inside the log, not outside on the decibels. Yeah. Here, let me help out. All right, these are good questions though. If I have time equity, I'll do more of them. 1 second, let me give you points at least. Yes, I got you, Lucio. I got you right now. Lucio. How come it's be decided by society that tipping a penny is more insulting than tipping nothing? Well, that's a good point. I mean, a penny is greater than nothing, but it's like the message, you know? Okay, a fire tower is 75 meters high. From the top of the tower, the angle of depression is 27 degrees. Determine the distance from the cabin to the tower to the nearest meter. Okay. Yeah, you're welcome, Equity, dude. Okay, so we're saying that this right here is 75, right? And then when they talk about angle of depression, they mean take a horizontal line here and measure what the angle is going down. And in that case, we said 27 degrees. So there you go. This is 27 degrees. And they want the distance from the cabin to the tower. So I assume this is the distance they want. They usually ask not the straight line distance from like the top of the tower to the cabin. They talk about the distance from the base of the tower to the base of the house. Okay? So this is what they're looking for. Does that make sense, Lucio, so far? Like, this is what we're looking for? Yes? Okay, cool. All right. So to do this, okay, what I recognize, Lucio, is that this 75 here is the same 75 over here. This is also 75, right? Going up here. And then that means this X here is the same X here. Do you see how this all makes like a rectangle, Lucio? Okay. And now this is a right triangle. Okay. So we're looking for this. We're given this angle and we're given this. This side is opposite this angle. Okay, so this is my opposite. Which means this side of the triangle, that's my adjacent. So now I need to think about like what trig identity has angles and adjacents and opposites. So SOHCAHTOA, that is tangent. So we say tangent of 27 degrees is equal to the opposite over the adjacent. That says maybe you can also explain the symmetry that the angle on the bottom right is the same. Yeah, no, that's good. You're talking about like this angle? Yeah, so if this is the ground, right? Because this and this, these are parallel lines, and this is like what we call a transversal, technically this angle is also equal to this angle. And then it's the same thing. See how this is opposite, this is adjacent. But anyways. Yeah, that's another way to think of it, for sure. So this equals 75 over x. So now solving, if I solve for x here, right, I can multiply this by x and divide this by tangent of 27. I get that tangent x is equal to good, we divide, good, 75 over the tangent of 27 degrees. I got that from this and this. All I did is I switched this with this. Anytime you have like a over b is equal to c over d, you can take the diagonals and move them around. So you can you could swap these. I could also swap these. It's a little math trick. So in the case when I have tangent of 27 over 1 is 75 over x, I'm like taking the x, I'm putting it up here, and then I'm taking the tangent 27 and I'm putting it down here. Okay. So now you just gotta solve. So x is equal to 75 divided by the tangent, 27 degrees. Answer is 147.2 meters. Nice. Does that make sense to you, Lucio? Yeah, send it if you want it. That's cool. Send another one. We'll do it. I like that Devil and Ryan are talking about careers. That's cool, man. With a master's in Mechie, my job opportunities are every industry ever. Yeah, pretty much. Just watch out. You gotta take statics. Dynamics and stuff. Yeah, you can do a lot with Mechie. I mean, there's a lot of mechanical shit out there in the world, and we need a lot of people to engineer it. Civi is another great one. Civil engineering. Because we always need people to, like, design towns and bridges and all sorts of cool stuff. And then you can get into, like, architecture. Like, Civi has some cool stuff. But you're right, Mechie, you know, you could go work on an F1 team. Or you could go build rockets. Or you could, I don't know, build submarines. Yeah, you can just build anything with a Mechie degree. Gotta get really good at CAD. Okay. Got you, Lucio. A steel worker attaches a 30-meter supporting cable to a cellular tower. The worker attaches the cable to the ground at a point 10 meters from the base of the tower. To the nearest degree, calculate the angle that the cable makes with the tower. Okay. So let's draw a little sketch. So here I got a tower. And now I got a cable. And the cable is 30 meters. You know what's interesting? They don't actually say this, but we're assuming you're attaching it to the top of the tower. This is 30 meters. And then they say that this happens 10 meters away from the base. Okay? And then they're asking this. Devil says, I passed statics yesterday. Next is dynamics. Well, good job on statics. Statics is sometimes pretty tricky, man. All the moments and stuff, right? Okay. Alright, so they're saying the angle that the cable makes with the tower. Right, so... Cable the angle makes with the tower. Oh, so actually... I think they're asking for this angle here, Lucio. Because this is the cable. And then this is the tower. And so this is the angle that it makes with the tower. Ooh, okay. Well, in that case, this is the opposite, and this is the hypotenuse. And the trig identity we know with opposite and hypotenuses is sine. So sine theta is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. So you can say the sine of theta is equal to 10 over 30. 1/3. And then to get theta by itself, what you do is you take the inverse sine of both sides. So you have this, and you go, okay, cool. Inverse sine of sine of 30, or of sine theta, is equal to the inverse sine of 1/3. This goes away. Inverse sine and sine kill each other off, and you just get theta is equal to this, which is sometimes called the arc sine. And so in your calculator, you need to do like sine -1, and then you're going to do 1/3. And that's going to get you 19.47 degrees. My university has a racing team where we build like F1 cars and we apply that. Yeah, that's dope, dude. Yeah, we had the same thing at University of Texas. We had like a racing team or something with like motorsport stuff. Yeah, that's really cool. I did FIRST robotics in high school, so I did a lot of robot stuff, which was fun. I tried to do a little bit in college, but then you get busy in college, and I was in physics, so more theory stuff versus like hands-on screwdrivers and stuff. Now I do everything like really hands-on. I like build stages and things. It's really fun. I wish I learned how to weld. That's my one thing I wish. The answer says 3.19 degrees. Interesting. Okay. Is this 30 meters or 3 meters? What? Wait, it has to be 30 actually. Sorry, what? $3.19? What? No? Did I do the wrong thing? Arc sine at 10 over 30? Yeah, arc sine at 1/3, no? Should be 19 degrees, yeah? They got 3.19 degrees? That doesn't seem right. You don't use arc. Well, arc sine is the same as sine to the -1. So, Lucio, like... Yeah, sorry. Sine to the -1 is the same thing as saying arc sine. It's the same thing. Hey, what's up, Nick? Do you have an idea when the exam will be graded? Well, given that I still have some CAE kids taking it tomorrow... I won't even get the exams till probably Wednesday. And then when I get them, I might release solutions once I have all the exams in my hand, so you can at least see what the answers were. And then Morgan's got to scan them. So I'd probably say like next week sometime, because that's pretty ambitious for us to grade an exam that's like 2.5 times longer in the weekend. I don't think it's gonna happen. Grades are not due till the 23rd. I know that. I technically have 2 weeks to get your final grades. But I want to give you guys some time to, you know, ask questions and make sure you get all your points back. So, dude, some professors are absolute fuckbags. And A, they don't release your grades until, like, the day before they're due. So you can't really, like, contest them. Or B, they don't even show you, like, what your answers were. They just give you a grade. I've dealt with this sometimes when I've been like teaching kids. I'm like, yo, can I see your final? Like, professor doesn't give it back. I'm like, oh, well, that's sus. Taco Cat says, am I on YouTube now? We are on YouTube. Yeah. Cross-platform streaming. That's cool. It is. Yeah. How do you deal with that then? As a student, you don't. You just get screwed. You can complain, but it usually does fuck all, you know. I've had like incomplete grades before because my TA was so bad that they had to hire a new TA and regrade everything. Yeah. Yeah, luckily Morgan's like the best TA. She's a saint, dude. I need to get Morgan a gift. I'm going to get her something. Because she was such a good TA this year. I got blessed with like the best TA. Lucio, trying again. I feel like that. I don't know if we can try again. I think your teacher's wrong. Unless, Lucio, can you give me like a higher resolution image of this? I'm assuming this is 30, not 3.0. Get her something gold, probably. That would be funny, actually. That's a good idea. I should get her something gold. She likes, I think she's into like a lot of like alternative music stuff. Like she's always wearing like kind of like punk rock t-shirts. Maybe I'll try to find some like gold punk rock thing for her or something. I don't know. It is 30 meters. Yeah, I think, Lucio, I think your teacher's answers are wrong. It's okay. Teachers are wrong. I mean, I'm wrong sometimes. Our final exam, even though Morgan went through it, still had like 2 typos in it. And she already caught like 10 typos the first time. It's just the nature. Like, we're humans, you know? You're wondering if it's sign? It's not. Yeah. It was hard, actually, the exam. Yeah. Was it? I mean, okay. A lot of it was literally the same question, right? I would say like 70% of it was the exact same question. Maybe 80%. Just, I either changed numbers or I said like solve for time instead of solve for position. Or you think you have more difficulty on the MCQ than the FRQ? Yeah, Femvox, I checked degrees and radians. Also, 3.19 radians would be like 90 degrees. The FRQ, I did completely change the last one to the bullet and but that was similar to the question. I think Morgan did that one in the discussion. But don't worry, if a bunch of people are getting a bunch of the MCQs wrong, I'll probably end up throwing out some of them, you know? I mean, that's how I curve. I don't like an official curve because then nobody helps each other in the class. They kind of just, everyone like goes against each other. Because they just want to be better than the person next to them. Rather than like, I'd rather you just learn the material. Oh, you made it more difficult. That's also a thing. Yeah, overthinking definitely happens. Definitely happens. Overthinking definitely happens. Yeah. In Europe, the professor has 4 weeks to grade, and we only get the grade out. We're allowed to see our test if we want. Yeah, so at UCLA, at least, they see the whole submission. They see their whole exam. They see how I graded it. They see the rubric. I know some professors don't give back the exam because they reuse the exam like the next year, and they don't want copies of the exam floating around. Because yeah, dude, it's a fucking bitch to write an exam. Dude, that took me probably like 4 or 5 hours to write. So I understand, like, if I was teaching this again, like next quarter, I wouldn't want to write a whole new exam, man. That shit sucked. Are you ever going to teach other classes? I would like to teach. I enjoyed it, yeah. UCLA is going through some weird times right now. So I was on the docket to teach. So I'm teaching 1B over the summer for sure. But I was tentatively slated to teach, I think it was either 5A or 5C in the fall. But then I got an email a couple weeks back saying that they don't have, that their teaching budget is down. And I'm like, okay, what do you mean your teaching budget's down? Like, we're already like filled to the tits, dude, with like the amount of kids per student here. What do you mean you can't hire more teachers? So I'm currently not hired for the fall, but we'll see. That might change. They said people might get sick. Also, Trump might just remove all the funding in California, dude. Apparently, like, he's threatening to like arrest our governor now, dude. Like, excuse me. Yeah, it's kind of wild. It's super wild. Yeah, look, U.S. has deployed the Marines to L.A. Yeah, here they go. As Trump backs the arrest of the California gun... Dude, what timeline do we live in, bro? Yeah. So, yeah, this is about to be, like, martial law and, like, whatever. So, I have no clue. I have no clue if UCLA will even be open in the fall at this point. So, hope for the best. We'll see. Okay, we've been streaming for 2.5 hours, so I think I'm gonna end it pretty soon here, because I need to go do other things in my life, and I already spent like 3 hours on campus watching people enjoy a final exam I gave. I love to sometimes go to the internet and see America's burning more than my country. Devil, what's your country, by the way, Devil? Obi says, pretty happy I'm living in the UK right now. I have a UK passport. If shit really starts going south here, I might come join you, Obi. We can go get some bangers and mash. A couple pints at What's that place called? That's really cheap. Weatherspoons? Oh, Austria, not Australia. Austria, the maker of the KTMs.
My man.
Great dirt bikes, by the way. KTMs. Okay. All right, I think that's good for today. Let's close out the stream. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you, everyone, for coming to Office Hours Actual Education today.
That's dope.
Really appreciate everyone's questions. Appreciate all you guys being here, saying hi. Our next stream will be tomorrow at the regular time, which is going to be 4 o'clock Pacific, 5 p.m. Mountain, 6 p.m. Eastern. No, 7 p.m. Eastern. Wait, sorry. 4 o'clock Pacific, 5 o'clock Mountain, 6 o'clock Central, 7 p.m. Eastern. Come on by. Get some help. KTM is down, sadly. Oh, no. Thanks, Gold. Yeah, thanks, Femvox. I appreciate all the help and stuff. You guys are always my guardian angels. So, all right, let's go raid somebody on Twitcheroosies. Who else is on Twitch? Yeah, you're very welcome, Devil. Yeah, make sure, like, subscribe, whatever. You can turn on notifications. So I'm working on a way to integrate my schedule into YouTube so that it shows, like, upcoming streams. But if you're ever curious when we're streaming, we have a calendar. It's just calendar.actual.education. And so this will tell you when we're streaming. So we have streams tomorrow, and we have streams on Wednesday. And then I will probably take a 2-week break after this, just because the school year's over, and I want to, like, reset for the summer. But, oh, Physics and Depression is on. Okay, cool. If you guys want to go learn some more physics, go check out my boy Physics and Depression. He looks like he's doing, ooh, these are voltaic cells. Actually, some of this is chemistry. This is, like, chemistry and stuff. Anyways, I'm going to raid. Okay. Have a wonderful rest of your Monday. Awesome start to your week. Stay safe. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace.